أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Hello my students, hello viewers. Today we are present with another video. I hope you will be doing good in this COVID-19 situation. I hope you will all be staying home, staying safe, and I advise all of my students, all of my disciples, all my viewers to keep indoors, wearing masks, using hand sanitizers also. Today I'm going to give you a little bit detailed lecture about speaking skills, listening skills, and reading skills. You can pin these skills, you can link these skills with any English related test such as IELTS, TOEFL, TEFL, TOESL, Lingua Skills, Duolingo English test, or any other kind of English test which is conducted for going abroad study purpose. First of all, let me tell you that English is a language. English is a language which comes with more than 2 to 3 accents in the contemporary world. One main accent which is quite prevalent and quite often used in the whole of the world is American accent. The other is British accent. Now there is another thriving trend of Australian accent and Canadian accent also. There is also a multidisciplinary aspect of propagation of Indian accent. But the two main accents are American accent and British accent. So as I told you that English is a language, we need to learn it as a language. Language has some requisites, some do's and don'ts, some essential things, some basic inevitable things that we need to follow while we are learning it. I always recommend all of my students that if you want to be quick learner, quick speaker, quick writer, quick listener of English language in a better way, the one and only way, the best way in my consideration is to start making an environment of learning English, of listening English. If you are watching any kind of thing on YouTube, on Google, on internet, now you need to turn the mode of it, the medium of it into English. We have been listening songs, watching videos, watching movies, watching memes, watching funny videos, whatsoever kind of thing you have been watching or listening. Now you only turn it into English medium. Whether you have been listening to the news, watching any kind of thing on internet, on news, whatsoever kind of thing you've been through earlier, now you need to turn it into English language. This is the one secret of it. It will train your brain. It will make up your brain to start understanding the ideas coming into mind in proper English format. What happens actually when we are non-native speakers, then it's hard for us to start bringing the ideas into our minds straight away in English. Being non-native speakers, first we get the ideas in our native language, then we translate these ideas into English. It makes us slow speaker, slow listener, slow reader, and slow writer, and makes us understand English in slow way. So the one thing that makes you the best learner, the fast learner, is that you learn each and everything through movies, English news, English songs, each and everything that you view in English. That's why the audio-visual aiding system is quite thriving. It's prevailing all around the world in the academic field, because the auditory source, the visual source, the animated source, the audio visual aiding in the form of lecture, in the form of vocal cords, in the form of vocal signs and symbols does attract to our mind like nothing else. So always stick to the things. It takes a little bit time. All we need is a little bit patience. While we'll be learning the things for 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, we'll not be able to understand the things properly in the fullest form. So we need to be patient. We need to go on listening, watching each and everything in English. At least we ought to spend 1.5 hour, 2 hour every day for the purpose of learning English. This is the one secret of it. So, by the passage of time, when you will not be listening anything wrong, in watching movies, you will be listening every aspect of the speaking of English. For example, in movies, there are certain situations you need to, you can come across the academic situation, official situation, the situation of anger, love, hatred, domestic concerns, academic concerns, professional concerns, myriad of concerns will be over there that you'll be coming across when you'll be watching a movie. So watching a movie equips your vocabulary with pronunciation, various expressions about speaking with respect to various domains, and their proper capability of understanding. So I always recommend all of my students to watch movie more and more. The more you watch movie, the more you become dexterous and adept and adroit in understanding of English. Yes, in the earlier stage, in the beginner stage, in the preliminary stage, you can use the caption, you can use subtitle, and you can understand the thing by pausing and understanding, pausing and understanding. This thing works like a wonder. The second most thing that I always ask my student is a kind of therapy. The therapy that I always ask my students to go through. Soliloquy, as Shakespeare regards it. Soliloquy is self-talk, intrapersonal communication, intrapersonal skills, talking to your own self, talking to your own being, talking to your own self in the mirror. Believe me, it works like a wonder. It works like a miracle. It boosts up your caliber of confidence. Talking to your own self, making a narrative in front of you. If you have watched a movie, tell yourself the story of that movie, no matter in Urdu or English. By the passage of time, you'll feel that the confidence level in you increasing day by day. Talking to yourself in a mirror and removing the barriers of speaking. You might feel hesitant earlier in speaking with your friends, with your fellows, your classmates, your family members in English, but you need to remove this barrier. Unless and until you remove the barrier of speaking, you remove this hurdle of speaking in front of the strangers, in front of the newly met people, you'll not be able to get the experience and confidence level, particularly in the speaking mode. So now I'll be coming to the listening part. Listening is actually purely auditory source of learning. In listening, we get the ideas in the form of audio. And in the listening test, we get the nouns. It is a collection of nouns that we learn and understand and listen in the form of an audio report, audio lesson, audio lecture, whatsoever you can call it. So one main secret, one main, you can say, tip and trick that really works in listening part of any test or listening capability improvement is that make each and every noun well marked in your mind. For example, if I say that I went to Lahore, the very first thing that I did after going to Lahore is going to Wagah border. After visiting Wagah border, I went straight away to Minaret Pakistan, and then I went to the Royal Mosque. Okay, then I went to the Royal Fort. So this is a situation that I am telling in the form of audio. So if there is a question in front of you, the second thing that I visited after going to Lahore is Badshahi Mosque or Minaret Pakistan or the Wagah border. It is the Badshahi Mosque or Minaret Pakistan or the border. So it is Minaret Pakistan. So it is a noun. It is a proper noun. It is a kind of, you can say, keyword. Either you call it keyword or you call it a noun. So while you are listening to some audio lecture, while you are listening to some kind of audio visual lecture, you need to pin some key words, key sentences, key icons, key emblems or key nouns stuck prevalently into your mind. When these nouns will stick into your mind, these keywords will stick into your mind, then the related question will automatically be raised in the form of answer. So one listening tip and trick I am telling all of my students is to always take care of the keywords. It not only works in the listening test, it rather works in the reading test also. Both the listening and the reading test of any category English test, whatsoever the test it might be, the only target, the only skill, the only rocket science behind it is actually to get the proper keyword, to get the proper epistemology, proper understanding, sticking the proper keywords into your mind. Believe me, when you are capable of sticking the proper keywords, key sentences, key nouns, key pronouns stuck into your mind properly, then you will be able to properly get into the coherence. The chronology, the coherence, the sequence, the timeline of all the ideas will get stuck into your mind, and it will become the part of your learning. It will become the part of your vocabulary. And afterwards, if continuously you are supposed to answer the question, you will be able to answer the questions. If later on you are asked some question regarding that, you will be able to do that. This is the only rocket science that works in listening and in reading. The listening trick I told you just now. Now come to the reading part of any English language test. Reading part comes with lack of time. Proper time management is required. Proper understanding of the ideas is to make inevitable. So, in IELTS or related tests, there is very less time for covering up your reading test. We can't read all of the data. We can't read word for word. We can't go through the whole of the data in a thorough way. All we need to do is skimming and scanning. This is the only secret of reading tests. The only secret of reading tests, passing it out with good bands, good marks, good scores, is to make proper, thorough understanding of what I just said. It is all about the same thing, proper time planning. It is skimming and scanning. The skimming and scanning method. How does skimming and scanning work here? How does skimming and scanning make you win laurel and understand the whole of the paragraph, the whole crux of the idea, the whole crux of the content, the whole crux, the whole essence, the whole gist of the thing, the whole dictum, the whole cult of the thing is skimming and scanning? How would it come possible? After reading the key sentence. Each and every sentence, which is the beginning sentence of every paragraph and ending sentence of every paragraph, this is what we call the key sentence. So no need to answer, no need to read out word for word everything in between. The first sentence of every paragraph, the last sentence of every paragraph. These are the two main things you need to cover in the form of key sentences. This is what we call skimming and scamming. Otherwise, in other way, you can go through hunting for the nouns. For example, if there is a question that how do lions hunt, and you need to search for the word hunting or related synonym for that. The lions live in the form of pride. Pride means a group of lions. So you need to search and hunt out like an eagle eye, like a falcon's vision, that the word related to synonym of hunting is where in the sentence, is where in the paragraph. So skimming is the same thing. You need to put your pencil in your hand, start moving it underneath the line, and start hunting the word which becomes the synonym of hunting, which becomes a synonym of the word pride, group, assimilation, family, in the form of like that. So in reading test, the all thing which is the secret of everything is the skimming and scamming, picking up the proper key sentence of the paragraph, hunting for the synonymous expressions of the paragraphs with skimming and scamming, highlighting with pencil. Highlighting means moving the pencil beneath the line, following the word, hunting for the proper word, proper synonym that might be related to the question. So these are two basic concerns which are related to reading. Lastly, I would like to come in with respect to writing. Writing is a very complex phenomenon. Writing is the test of your vocabulary. It is the test of how strong your grammar approach is, how strong grip you have upon use of complex compound sentences, how strong profuseness, how proficient your writing style is, how beautifully you match up the ideas, how beautifully the sequence structure you build up, how beautiful syntax you build up, how beautiful the edifice of your writing you make up, how beautiful the learning you make, how beautifully you convey the ideas, how beautiful the choice of your word is, how beautiful, appropriate, non-flowery, non-slang oriented, non-jargon oriented, non-superfluous oriented, non-scrupulous oriented, non-heavy vocabulary, but beautiful and aesthetic use of the words. So in writing, we always prefer that simple, coherent, and concise work is always preferred. Simple, concise, and coherent word, which conveys the proper understanding of the topic that you are asked to write about. The relevancy should be there. There should not be any transgression. There should not be any prevarication. You should ask what you are asked to write. You need to write the same thing, not prevarication. Procrastination should also be not there. Procrastination means delaying of ideas, elongating the ideas, flexibility in the ideas without useless expansion of ideas. It shouldn't be like that. You need to stick to ideas what are asked. You need to fulfill the requirement what is asked in the writing test. Each and everything. There is no tolerance for grammatic mistakes. There is no tolerance for spelling mistakes. There is no tolerance for any kind of syntax structure oriented mistakes. So I will make a different and detailed video about the writing and the speaking. Right now we covered listening and reading. Later on I'll make a proper thorough video how about doing comprehension, how to become expert writer, whether in content writing, any kind of test writing, and speaking. This is all for today. Hope you liked the video. Please press the bell icon. Also subscribe to my channel. Share it to your friends. If you like the video, comment. Thank you.